Okay, now it claims that I'm live.
Okay, well, let's go refresh it. And like I said, about a 50 second delay. So
Okay, hit that. Oh,
there we go. There we are. It's pretty cool.
yeah, now it will echo.
Yeah, you'll want to mute yourself on your video stream so we don't get the echo.
So let me see how to do that. How do I mute on the YouTube part?
There's just a little, so there's a play button, a fast forward button, and then there's a microphone button. Just click on that and it'll cross it out and mute it so you don't have to hear any echo. It'll still play, just not with sound. Yeah. So you're, let's see. So Donna, you there? What you can do is also just on, are you on Chrome? Firefox maybe? On Chrome, you can right click a tab and just mute it. I believe Firefox has something similar. So if you just mute that tab, then you won't have to worry about it playing through. Let's see. Yeah, just control click or right click on your tab.
Okay, I think I did it.
Got it?
Yes, it's right click the tab, muted the tab.
Perfect. So that'll ensure we don't get any feedback there. Seems to be running smoothly. Any questions on it so far?
We're clearly used to dealing with idiots with technology.
One thing I will suggest that we kind of discovered, you can go into the settings on your YouTube stream and you can set a moderator. So you could be, I mean, you could have one person who's like the MC that's doing all this stuff, and then somebody who's there to just look at the chat. You can moderate the chat so nothing inappropriate comes through. You could approve all the questions that come in. And so it might be good to think about having a person delegated to do that ahead of time and practice doing that in YouTube. It's pretty easy though.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, we're gonna have to practice a lot because that was not obvious. Okay, Don says he is watching from the YouTube end of things in the chat there.
I just got off the phone with Don. That's awesome. Okay, good. Okay. Now, can we, if you don't want to stay on, Nick, you're busy and you've been incredibly helpful. The rest of us are going to need to test switching between speakers and sharing screens so that we start to get the hang of it, because we're going to be switching between 15 speakers and someone else controlling the screen and emceeing Okay.
and things.
I'll be on chat. If you just need to IM me, just let me know.
Okay. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Bye.
Okay, so let's test switching who is speaking and turning videos on and off within the Zoom. And Megan, do you have a PowerPoint that you could be sharing a screen to see how that works?
Let me do that in just a minute. I couldn't get it on Zoom on my computer. It said it was unstable connection. So let me switch over and see if I can do that now.
Okay, otherwise I could just show an unrelated PowerPoint that will bore everybody to tears.
That's
I
fine
have
too.
one as well.
Okay. Yeah, just share a PowerPoint, just one slide even. Actually, we'll advance the slides and see how that works. Excellent. And now I am going to turn in Zoom my video off and mute myself. And Sandra, do you want to become the speaker? To see how that works?
Tell me what I have to do.
That's good. Just speak for a while and let's hear from the YouTube folks how it sounds.
Well, hello, everybody. I'm coming to you from the bench in Boise, Idaho. I think UPS is here right now. I opened up the shutters today so that this flower gets some light down here in the sub-basement. It's a house that was built in the 50s, so you know there's many levels, and I've got some really great old wallpaper here that's older than me, interestingly enough. So yeah, it's great.
Okay, now let's switch to Jocelyn talking.
All right, I have unmuted. Can you hear me? Okay. So I'm in my office now. That's a flag from Bristol race. My husband is into NASCAR, not me. I'm super excited. I have my sit stand desk installed at my home desk now, and it's replaced the box from Chewy, in which my dog's prescription dog food comes. So the sit stand desk is much better than the Chewy box. Yeah, a lot happening with the conference. I'm still trying to figure out what I need to do from the last meeting for the upload form.
Great. Okay, so the folks who are on YouTube, the comments say, I think it's working well. I see and hear everything just fine. So we could see the thumbnail. I see that there's a delay on the YouTube compared to, which is what they said, about a 40 to 50-second delay. So it can drive you a little bit crazy if you're watching both. Okay, and now Bob, if you stop sharing your screen, let's see what happens. Good. Okay, so the idea would be that we would have all 15 lightning speakers in the Zoom meeting. We would have me do the welcome. If the president does a welcome, we'll switch to her. If not, then I'll switch to Michal to be the MC. She'll MC, and then we will have a script and we'll have an indication. We'll just call the person's name, their slide will come up, and that person will start speaking. And then Michal will introduce the next speaker, and we'll go through until we do a closing. So I think that should work. Okay.
Donna,
Yes.
I appreciate everything that you and your team and everybody's done. I'm wondering if you would mind sharing this process, because I think we're going to go ahead with having our senior design showcase.
That's great.
So
Sure.
this might be a good way if we can get it to work for our senior design showcase. If you've got the steps and we've worked out the kinks, maybe this is something we can use university wide.
Yeah, I was on a meeting earlier, and I think they're going to be using this for commencement and for other big events.
Okay.
The other neat thing, which I have not figured out yet, is how to, I've set it up as a YouTube event. I can set it up as a Facebook event as well. And
Mhm.
so it can be streamed both to Facebook Live and to YouTube at the same time.
Okay.
And Greg Hahn seemed to think we could we can use the Boise State Facebook page to do it as a Boise State Facebook event.
Okay.
Because our office does not have Facebook. I have not tested that one yet, but
Okay.
I think as long as we have one way to stream it,
Yeah.
I feel a little bit more comfortable. I would not say that I know exactly the steps that I went through to get to where we are right now, because I clicked on a lot of things until it worked. And so I'm going to set up one, internally with my family. I'll drive them mad and we'll do streaming YouTube events. Because the set way to do it is you start streaming it when you start the meeting. That's much easier, but that does not give you a link that you can market.
Yeah.
So that does not seem to make sense for this type of event.
Okay. Yeah, I think because we were talking this morning about possibly doing some kind of Cohen graduation thing, because we have a few graduation plus the senior design showcase. So any and all information is much appreciated. So
I'm going to test something that Megan wrote, is that if you stop your video, that you don't show up on the YouTube screen. I have to wait 40 to 50 seconds for this to kick in. 40 and 50 seconds is a long time. There it does, it works. So that's cool. So that the speakers can all, if they all have, anybody who's not speaking has their video off, they do not show up in the live stream. And so that's great. So that the live stream doesn't see a bunch of just names and of all the other speakers waiting. So
I think maybe this is coming from a place where I always forget to unmute. But it may be worthwhile when Michal is introducing the next speaker, if there's a prompt to say, turn on your video and unmute yourself, just as those sort of verbal cues that might help eliminate or alleviate some of that.
yeah, we can just put that into the script. And, as I've said many times, this is not going to be perfect. And so that's okay. Cool. I don't want to take up everybody's time now that we got this working. So I'm going to first stop. Let's see if I know how to stop the streaming, because there's going to be times where we want to